This is a review of 1/50th scale Caterpillar scrapers and graders, all made by Norscot. For the graders we have the 14M and the 24M, and for the scrapers we have the 623G and the 657G. Now, these models have a ton of features, so let's take a closer look. This is the 14M grader, and it's a really cool replica. The tires have a good tread pattern, and they're not too shiny. The graphics on the side are very sharp with great detail. The cab, it's got limited detail. It does have the operator chair, but overall, it's pretty plain. What's cool about the graders, though, is all the features. So, the steering, obviously, is going to turn. And if we can see here, that is done with these hydraulics, like so. The actual center swivels like so. The ripper, which stores up nicely, like that, and it goes down about there, so a respectable level. The rear wheels articulate, so if they're going over bumps and whatnot, like so. The beacon on the roof, right here, is just painted on. Yeah, it would be kind of nicer if it was an actual plastic light or whatnot, but it's still okay. The blade, obviously, is going to move in all directions. It also will slide over, like so. And you can see with these hydraulic cylinders here, it will also go up and down. So the features are really what sell it. I mean, that's what the graders are all about. The 24M grader is a monster. It's huge. This would be used, I guess, in a mining application or a very large highway project. It's got a lot of the features that the 14M has, just with a few other details, such as the beacon light, which is made out of plastic. Generous in size, but it's nice that it is plastic. It's got these hydraulic hoses that run throughout the model, down along the steering, also in the back, along the ripper. Now the ripper itself is always stored in a down position, at least on mine, and I think that is because of these hydraulic hoses. If I try to bring it up, it's like spring-loaded and always goes back down. The handrails would be nice if they were in metal. Unfortunately, they are not. The steering in the front is good. It's got, great movement. You can actually tilt each wheel just like a real grader. So that's nice. Of course, the blade does the same kind of stuff, swivels up and down, all that kind of nonsense. The center, again, swivels, and that is done on a hydraulic type mechanism. The wheels tilt individually, I should mind you, which is nice. So the back ones would be separate. The real disappointment, though, has to be the tires. I mean, let's be honest. They look like Lego tires. I have not seen any examples in real life where these match anything out there, so I don't know what tread pattern this is based off of, but to me it looks quite toyish. Otherwise, great model. The 623G scraper is a single-engine front-wheel drive unit and has this conveyor to scrape the rocks up as it's going along. Now it's made out of like a rubbery plastic material, and I guess it can move, but honestly it's really stiff. And the color of it does not quite match the rest, and it looks a little bit off, I guess. As you can see, it also moves up and down, stars away. So again, lots and lots of movement on these scrapers. This back piece here, it's not controlled with any kind of hydraulic mechanism or anything. It just slides through like so. What's weird about the steering here is while there's these hydraulic cylinders, they don't do anything. They're just for show. It just swivels on the center pin right here. The graphics are again really cool. I mean, they're good detail. It's fine on the front, well, not headlights. The handrails are molded plastic. The color's good, but they're enormous. I mean, they're really thick. You can see the mirrors are even molded into them. So that looks a little outdated. To me, the highlight is the tires. They're excellent. They got an excellent tread pattern. Like so. It's got the push bumper in the back. The cab's got the steering wheel and things like that in it, so it's not too bad. But while there's great features in the 623, I think some of these finer details in the plastic molding kind of lets it down from being a quality piece. So that's my only concern about it. The 657G is a dual engine, all-wheel drive vehicle. So the engine in the back powers the rear wheels, engine in the front powers the front wheels. Again, it's a massive scraper. It's got a lot of extra features, which in my opinion are a much finer detail as well. So speaking of details on the engine, you can see the one in the back. That's pretty cool. The tires are again excellent. I absolutely love the tread pattern on the tires. The center pivot is done with the hydraulics, which is good. It's got front pull bar through this hydraulic mechanism right here. As you can see, it will articulate. It also has the push bumper right here. The entire bucket will go up and down, controlled by these hydraulic cylinders right here. That moves up and down. Now, this is all metal too, which is excellent. Paint is great. On the back, it has, of course, the push bumper, so if you had a bulldozer or anything like that you wanted to push against, it's great. Here's a better detail of the tread pattern. So, well, absolutely gigantic. It's, I think it's a great scraper to have. In conclusion, these are fun replicas to have. The amount of features and moving parts and the overall complex design makes them really enjoyable to look at thoroughly. I don't think these are at the top of the list for collecting just because they are so unique. Now, if you're doing a display that required one, then great, but otherwise, bulldozers or loaders or something would probably be better to start off with. If I were to make a recommendation, I would go with the 14M for the grader and the 657G for the scraper. Thanks for watching.